Hello there, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, you're very much welcome. Now, this is one of those videos that I've really hesitated to record, and it's because it's quite a sensitive topic and things could escalate really quickly, but I think it's a conversation that we need to have, so I'm going to share my thoughts here. So I came across a video on Instagram. It was about an Igbo running club, like an Igbo sports community or something, where people would come together, work out together, go for a run, and then I guess communicate and relate with each other at the end of the day. And that video got a lot of backlash. Well, with some support, I guess, but there were so many people that were against that video. So before I delve into talking about the content of the video, I'm quickly going to share it so you can have your own, form your own opinion.
In case you did not know, there's an Igbo sports club in London. So if you are in London and you are from Nigeria and you are Igbo, you need to join the Ozo Sports Club. They meet at Hyde Park every Saturday morning by 11 a.m. I decided to join them. Today was my first time and I had so much fun. Of course, my trust me, social butterfly. I had to give them some people moves and all of that, but it was so fun. They welcomed me with open arms. My first day, everybody was so warm and lovely. We had such an amazing time. Like, it was a beautiful time I had with them. And then after the run, I went ahead to get a matcha, and then we got some street food from Suya Boys, the famous Suya Boys in London. I finally tried their suya, and honestly, I am 100% recommend. If you're in London and you're Igbo, you're in the Ozo Run Club. Hi.
So the club is called the Ozo Sports Club. I'm just going to read here because they commented, so I'm going to read out what they do. Hi everyone, the Ozo Sports Club brings young Igbos in the diaspora together. We help to connect and reconnect you with your Igbo culture and heritage. We hope you can support us by following our page. Yeah, all of that. Now, there were so many comments that were against this. And first of all, if you're not Nigerian, Igbo, there are different tribes in Nigeria. Igbo is one of the major tribes. Don't call me out, but there are three major tribes in Nigeria: Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. And yeah, Igbo is one of these tribes, and they formed this club in the UK. A lot of people found this to be tribalistic, especially the non-Igbos. So it's like they're creating some form of exclusion and they're calling it community. Now, my question is, where do we draw the line between creating like a safe cultural space for, your tribe, your people? When I mean tribe, I'm not talking about like the language. I mean, people you have the same common goals or identity with. How do you draw the line between that and being exclusive, taking some certain group of people out? But you know what? I think I understand both sides. On the one hand, you want to have a safe space, so somewhere you feel comfortable to express yourself. If you're Igbo, for instance, or if you're Yoruba, you don't have to start explaining your culture, your jokes. So when you're amongst your people, you can express yourself the way you like it. But on the other hand, I can understand how someone that is watching from the outside would feel uncomfortable. Like, why does this have to be just for the Igbos? Why can't it be for all Nigerians? Or why can't we all come together? Do you always have to segregate and divide and blah, blah, blah? So it feels like there's that exclusion there. And while I don't think that every group has to be for everyone, I can understand how that creates some form of tension amongst the different groups or between the different groups. If we think about back in the day where there was like the big segregation, blacks were not allowed into certain spaces, not because they didn't want to, but because someone else had decided that they shouldn't be there. So we could call that exclusion based on identity, and we agree was like very wrong. And I think recently it was in Nigeria where a Chinese restaurant opened up and refused Nigerians from coming to the restaurant. So imagine being in Nigeria, you as a foreigner, you're preventing people from that same place that you're living in from, using your service or entering your premises. So that also was very wrong and very, very silly. It caused a major outrage, as it should have, and I think eventually the government shuts it down. And while this example of keeping people out of a certain space or a restaurant is not the same as, the cultural scenario I gave of the Igbo group, there's still this line, the feeling it stirs in people of not being included in certain spaces or allowed to do certain things. I need to say that the Igbo club that was created was just not solely for Igbos. They also welcomed people from different tribes, different nationalities from joining. It just so happened that people picked out that particular part. But yeah, that feeling of exclusion, nobody likes to be left out from certain things. Nobody likes to be told not to do certain things or not to go into certain places. So I can understand why some of them felt that way. But personally, I don't think there's anything wrong in having your own community. Perhaps you don't feel seen, or you just want to relate with people that you have shared interests or belief, or kind of the same, people of your own tribe that you kind of understand and you can relate to. So it's not about creating cultural group. It's about how open you are, how you do it, how you go about it, how you speak about it. So it's not about this group is for us, it's solely for the Igbos, it's solely for the Yorubas, but this group is for the Igbos, but you're welcome to join. I mean, that's just my opinion. And why I say this is because I just thought about the fact that I think I've also seen a black-owned business that stood on business. The lady was like, this, my business, is catered just for the blacks. It's catered just for my people. I'm not welcoming people from other races. I'm not welcoming people from other nationalities. I mean, that's her decision. Is it right? I don't know. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to give my opinion, my honest opinion about it. And I would really love to hear what you think and what you feel about this kind of scenario in the comments. I would only say let's check the hearts and the intention behind some of these groups that are created. And really, some groups can be created for one thing, and at the end of the day, or as time goes on, it progresses into something else. So for certain exclusive groups, let's check the intention, the heart, the mind. Should I say the love and the hearts behind it, basically. The hearts behind it and the intention behind it. So please let me know what you think in the comments. Are you for or against it? Or are you somewhere in the middle? Let me know. I'd love to read your comments. See you next time. Bye.